What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twig and Magic Tabletop. And boy, is it a glorious day, because today we are going to actually play some Warhammer 40k. I'll be taking you guys along with me to a 40k tournament. 40k can be an extensive game. So I'll be showing you guys everything that I like to bring to make the game flow a lot smoother.
Kicking it off, we're going to start from the outside working in. We have our Juicio case. Got this case for my birthday. It's pretty much what I carry everything in. Everything from my measuring tape, deployment markers, my army. It's a one-stop shop right here. The next thing we have is measuring tape. Probably the most important thing that you'll actually need. Do you need that much? Not really, but it's a pretty sturdy piece of tape. It's really meant for construction. Holds its firmness pretty well. Then we have our Baron of Dice. Your dice is the other most important thing that you need, because you can't play the game without it. I like to use a well-balanced dice. That's why I spent decent money on my dice. Does it increase your odds? No. Do they look cool? Yeah. So check out Baron of Dice. They do not sponsor me in any way, shape, or form. Next we have up is our deployment markers. They're 3-inch measurement. So much better than using tokens, because I don't have to measure anything. Makes my life so much easier. But I do use tokens, and I have a lot of tokens. And you can see how much money I actually made. I use these for Oath of Moment, because I am running Blood Angels or any other type of marker that you could need. Next, I have my laser pointer to check for line of sight, because sometimes people be cheating, and you want to make sure that you have proper line of sight, that there's nothing obstructing the model, because if there is, it could greatly affect the game. These are great. These are deployment zone markers. I bought these off of Etsy, and it makes setting up way easier. All I have to do is measure it, put them down, and call it a day. I don't have to worry about tracking everything with my dice or anything like that. Same thing with these. Got these off of Etsy. 9-inch deep strike markers, 3-inch markers, 7-inch markers. It makes measuring things so much easier. I'm be honest, I'm still new to the game, so I'm a slow player. So you might think, why do you need all of this? Because I cannot remember all the rules, and this is one less thing that I have to remember. And again, I have life counting dice. I just have random dice, more dice. Can't go wrong with more dice. I keep a tablet with me so that I can keep track of all of my rules and things like that. I use a couple of different apps to keep track of everything. This one is the 40k app. Pretty sure everybody has this. I personally pay for it because I have multiple lists and multiple armies, and I need picture references. Some of these other apps don't have picture references. Another cool app is the Tabletop Tactics app. They help you keep track of the game and keeping track of all your points. You can sync everything up with your opponent so that you guys are making sure that you're scoring correctly. Next thing that's really important to me is a dice tray. I really don't like not playing with a dice tray, because I feel like it keeps people honest and true. If you tell everybody, hey, roll in the tray, you can see everything that's being rolled. Too many times if I played opponents that would roll off to the side and you can't see what they're actually rolling, and they're fast rolling, and it's all kind of craziness going on. So a dice tray really helps. Now onto my army. I'm bringing Dante coupled with 2 units of Sanguinary Guard. Lamartez, he's going to be with my Death Company. Sanguinor rolling by himself. And then I have 2 dreadnoughts, my ballistic dreadnought and my other ballistic dreadnought, which is a Death Company dreadnought. So on to the game. The first round was pretty bad. I actually lost all 3 of my games. This one I lost 40-20. This was against my buddy Henry. He's just a great all-around player. He had Custodes. I can't really think of anything that I did terribly wrong other than completely overcommitting to my movement and being aggressive, because I felt like I had Sanguinary Guard. Like, can't nobody kill them? And that's not what happened. They pretty much died first. Now in round 2, I made the hugest mistake in my deployment. I lost this one 60-45. I put my infiltrators in the back and left them pretty much exposed, leaving my deployment marker completely wide open. I think we were doing taking hold, and I really wasn't paying attention to who was out in the open. I was more concerned about hiding my dreadnought, my Death Company, and not overcommitting my Sanguinary Guard. I totally just exposed my infiltrator squad. So he moved up. I couldn't get close enough and blew up my 2 dreadnoughts turn 1. I realized that I made the mistake at this point that my army was way too melee driven. I figured that I would get close enough fast enough or draw my opponent out and beat him, but that clearly wasn't the case. On the bright side though, I did win the raffles, so I'm going to start a World Eater army. In round 3 was probably my best round. I faced Drukhari and I still lost, but this one I lost 85-65. I lost because, one, I didn't pay attention to what was in his boats, and he baited me onto the other side of the field where I dropped Sanguinor a little bit too early, and yeah, that completely messed up because my Death Company, they completely whiffed on that attack of the boat, and that's a 10-man unit, and that shouldn't have happened with Lamartez, but it survived with 1 wound. And again, if I had dropped Sanguinor over there and let him charge, then 9 times out of 10 Sanguinor would have came up and wiped the unit by himself, and that was his strongest unit there. So yeah, I really messed up. Sanguinor and the Sanguinary Guard with Dante were on a completely different side of the field, handling their own battle, which they did great. They handled what they were supposed to, but you know, placement is everything. So when it was all said and done, I did win another prize, and it was the wooden spoon. So I'm the one who actually came out with 2 awards or rewards. Okay, so what did I learn? Okay, the first thing that I can say that I learned is list building. My army was very one-sided, obviously. I brought mostly melee, hardly any shooting. Like, when I say hardly any shooting, everybody had pistols. That was all the shooting I had. The 2 melters from my dreadnoughts, 12-inch range, they weren't doing anything. So, realistically speaking, if I had brought a couple of shooting type of units, maybe a tank that I can move up the board and shoot, just to have some type of threat in a long distance, I think I would have done better. Overcommitting certain units and getting baited out almost every single time. I see opportunity, I jump on it. It's not always the way to go. Sanguinor, in 2 different occasions, I dropped them too soon, knowing where the important units are. If I knew where the important units are, I probably would have dropped Sanguinor someplace else.
I took all of my secondary out because, like I said, it was a 1,500 point tournament, and I didn't think about that. I had my 2 units that deep strike, which was Sanguinor and the Sanguinary Guard. The issue with that is Sanguinary Guard could drop in on edges. Some of those move-based secondaries that I could have did, I only had 1 unit to do it. So when that unit got screened out, it was hard to do anything else. It was hard to charge, especially when I got screened out. It's like little goofy things like that. And knowing your opponent, right? I haven't played this game enough to actually know and how to play every single army. I learned just recently Drukhari, Eldari are pretty much like glass cannons. They do a lot of shooting, they hit hard, but once you get in their face, they're not doing nothing. They getting wiped out. There's no reason my Death Company should have whiffed on that boat. They should have killed it. But that's just leaving the game up to the dice. Increasing your odds on your dice is probably one thing that you want to make sure that you're doing on a regular basis. I think I can take a couple of things and remember to put these things into my list. I'm really looking forward to the Emperor's Children coming out. So that's going to be something that I can test my army building skill on because it's a new faction. Nobody really knows what to do yet. So I'm definitely getting those. So be looking forward to a couple of those videos when they come out. Be looking forward to my next mini series of me painting World Eaters. So yeah, I didn't really have plans on starting a World Eaters army. I do have intentions on collecting all of the current Primarchs in 40k and painting those up, which I'm really excited about. So, I mean, they gave me a reason to buy it sooner. So, be looking for Fulgrim and Angron. So exciting. But with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys have any tips for me personally in playing the game, please comment down below. Like and subscribe if you like the content that you see, and I will see you next time. And remember, keep a little magic in everything you do. Peace. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's